We are here to know the law with Atkins and Markoff today. Tommy Adler, criminal defense attorney, and he and I have been having a fascinating conversation, and now we're going to share it with you guys. Okay, we are talking about expunging criminal records. My first question to you is, can we really do this?
Absolutely. Eligibility for expungement depends on a number of factors. Generally, the fewer times that you've been in trouble, the less serious the nature of the charges were, and the type of outcome that you received. So there's 15 different ways to become eligible for criminal records expungement, but those things will generally drive your eligibility for it.
Okay, and that kind of answers the eligibility question, but again, hit on that. Like, who might want to be thinking about this?
Just anybody. I mean, expungement laws are all about your right to privacy. We represent great people that find themselves in the middle of a hard situation. A lot of the outcomes that we're achieving in these cases are specifically designed by the agreement of all the parties for this person to eventually be able to move past it. We want to be able to restore your full citizenship, restore all your rights, restore your ability to work and be a productive part of society. And so, these aren't the kind of things that ought to be following people around forever. And that's really the heart behind expungement work.
What are some of the things that would help in an expungement, like length of time from the crime, or how does this work?
Sure. So again, there are certain sentences that at the end you immediately become eligible for expungement. So those cases are set aside already with the intention of an expungement down the road.
Okay.
With criminal justice reform, we're now expanding expungement to include, older charges that have been resolved for a while. We're also including, obviously people that are wrongfully accused and things of that nature.
And you also said if it's just one black mark versus like 5, how many times someone's
Correct.
been in trouble.
Most of the expungement laws require or favor a petitioner who has only one criminal record on their history. If you stack up multiple convictions, you become less and less likely to be able to expunge those.
That makes sense. There are different types of expungements too.
Yes, there's two kinds. One we call a partial, one we call a complete. In a nutshell, the partial will get rid of the court records, and you can say, I pled not guilty, my case was dismissed. The complete expungement would actually get rid of...
Even if you didn't plead not guilty?
Correct. Legally, you're determined to have pled not guilty and your case been dismissed at the end of what's called a deferred sentence.
Okay,
right.
And then the other
one? A complete will actually get rid of your arrest record. You can legally say, I was never arrested, I never went to court, I never got charged, I never entered a plea, I never accepted a sentence. So those are more complete restoration.
And again, this is because, there are some people, like you said, great people that had one bad situation, and to have it follow them around the rest of their lives, even though they aren't living that type of life by any means. I mean, that one-time life.
Criminal records can get in the way of your ability to find housing, your ability to find work, your ability really just to be a full citizen. And so, again, they're about your right to privacy, and the heart behind them is in restoration.
Well, and you kind of mentioned it. There's legislation kind of backing this up right now. What's going on with that?
Absolutely. So the most recent expungement laws are shortening the timelines that you have to wait. And they're also expanding the eligibility of the class of persons that are eligible. So again, there's so many different ways that it doesn't, bear going into all of them now, but it's always worth asking. I mean, we handle a ton of this kind of work. We love doing it. Everybody we work with is very happy with the outcomes, and so it's a great thing to be able to do to help people.
Okay, well, if you or someone could be one of these people, I'm telling you what, now is the time to call and find out more about it, especially with legislation going that way. All right, where is Atkins and Markoff? They're 9211 Lake Hefner Parkway. They're right here in Oklahoma City, Suite 104. There's their number, 607-8757. You can also log onto their website at atkinsandmarkoff.com. Check them out on Twitter at Oklahoma City Law and on Facebook at Oklahoma City Lawyer. Thank you, Tommy, and over to you, Mitch.